Hello, welcome. You're welcome to stop by. Okay. Well, last night I made mochi. I attempted to make ice cream mochi. Everything turned out good. The dough turned out good. It tastes really good. The texture that I like. The problem lay upon my ice cream was not ready. It was kind of mushy. So what I did that last night after I log off, I was able to successfully done that. Okay, so I become a little bit more creative. I went back and reheat the dough, which is okay to reheat the dough, and then soften it up, blend it up, fold it over again just like a new dough, and then I lay flat and I flatten up with the roller, the pin, to a thinner texture. So it was very thin enough to be able to roll a mochi good. If the flours or the dough too thick, won't be able to roll as nice as you want it. So yesterday I also had jackfruits and left over from the week before that I make I got it for free. It was jackfruits, beautiful fruits. And then after I flattened the dough, put in the fridge. So what I found out too is that it does not have to be in the fridge, okay, to be able to work on it. What I did yesterday is that after I preheat it, it was still warm. I flatten it, I cut it, make sure that you have plenty of flour to go over on the top of it so that it won't be too sticky. So I cut it, so it worked. And then it was more elastic. It was softer texture to be able to roll up nicely. So when they said it have to be in the fridge for 30 minutes, you could, but then make sure that the dough is really thin, because when it's in the fridge, that's it. The dough texture change. It's harder to handle. So after I insert the fillings and I wrap it with a little of with the plastic film, okay, and to keep it nice and safe and clean because we don't have fancy box. So, and I have the cookie cup to go with it and serve individually. So what I recommend to serve this dessert in a nice way is to bring it out from the fridge for about 15-30 minutes for the ice to get a chance to soften out, to be able to bite into the mochi. Okay, so that is my niche, because as you can see that there's a different size of the mochi. What I did with the mochi in pink is that I did not roll the dough thinner, okay, so it got a little bit better, but it's fine, you know. I mean, you will survive it, and there was no issue with that, save for that the dough is a little bit thicker than usual, which is normal. Okay. And was this the green one? The green one I started with extra water, and I thought it was terrible because it was so sticky, difficult to handle. But then once I start rolling the green one with the extra liquid, it came out really nice. It's soft, and first it was hard to handle. Once I flattened it and plenty of flowers on the top of it, and I was able to handle it. It's really elastic. So this one had jackfruit. I can see a little bit of jackfruit in the back. I also did some ice cream later on, and then I also had what else I have? Not just ice cream. I also have what else I have? Jackfruit, ice cream, and then yogurt. So you can do sorbet, you can do yogurt, you can do fresh fruit. I did fresh fruit. It did really nice last time. So I make quite a few out of green because the green turned out better. I like the texture of the flowers. So this one ice cream. So the little bit of ice cream came out because it was hard to deal with it. With the ice cream filling, it was a little bit challenged, but it wasn't that difficult, you know. But it's manageable. So to serve your mochi, because the sticky rice was in the freezer and it got frozen, so it's gonna be hardened. So therefore, before serving, I recommend that it's to bring it out and have chance to chill. Okay, chill down and until it's soft, and then you can chew into it. Okay, and then I blend the white and the green together, so it had a beautiful different shape. So I had quite a few. I didn't count it. I think I have about 20, so that's plenty. So I mean, then because today is Stone Paxton's birthday and he's out with some friends and family celebrating his birthday, and we'll go out to the movie and dinner later on. Get a chance for him to be with other people on his birthday. And that's special, something special that he want to do for his birthday on his birthday. Okay? So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and this one had ice cream or even sherbet, or no, I have yogurt. Okay. So like I said, I only have I still have a lot of pink left, and I still have a lot of ice cream. So I keep it in the freezer, the dough. If we need it, I will bring it out. I reheat it again until it's soft. Add some liquid to it to make it soften, and you will get the original texture of the dough. And then again, place this on the parchment paper, or cardboard, or any surface that's nice and clean, and flour it, and that way you don't have to deal with sticky mess and rolling pin. Flatten it, put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes, bring it out, cupped it. The cup is, to me, you have to be a little bit bigger than 1 cup circle, okay, because 1 cup was small. This is the result of I'm using the 1 cup round cup. If you can get something bigger than the 1 cup, fine. But then the smaller they are, the harder it's harder to roll it, and we cannot put a lot of ice cream or filling to it. So to do that, use smaller filling, and it's easier to handle. Okay, if you use big filling, forget it. It ain't gonna work. It's just I'm gonna keep popping in my mouth. That's what I did last night, because sorry, I have something other that can tell with my. It just started an allergy. Some friend sent some food. There's no peanut that I can see. Maybe some corn. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm started a little drip in my nose. So I'm sorry about that. Okay. So if I leave it out for a little bit, maybe 20-30 minutes, allow it to chill. Okay. And then because mochi dough made out of sticky rice have tendency to get very hard. Even just a sticky rice dough, you put it in the fridge or freezer, it get hard. So in order to consume it, you have to allow it to sit in the room temperature or in the fridge, because it was in the freezer. I'm gonna put it in the fridge so we can serve tonight when he has his cake. Okay, and again, I had jackfruit, very sweet and ripened, and the aroma and the fragrance of the jackfruit was beautiful. And I can't say thank you enough to those people, to the people that Lucy, friend that brought to the nail salon. They said that, oh, this food is too sweet, and they're all mindful of their sugar intake. So anything is too sweet, anything that they don't want, they send it over here. And I am making dessert for them. When I had the jackfruit, it was big. I think it was half or even almost full jackfruit. So it took me a while to eat. I enjoyed it because jackfruit is expensive. First of all, it's expensive fruit. So when I see something like that, I was delighted. So I ended up making the sticky rice, steamed sticky rice with the jackfruit fillings, and they love it. They said, "Oh my goodness!" Yes, my goodness. So I give it back to the owner. So here go the mochi that I worked last night. It didn't come out very well when I was online. I was talking to my lack of concentration, whatever it was, or rushing through time. And but then when I was on my own, I was able to do this, and I just want to share that with you. And I told the girl that I'm gonna do short for them so that they see that I did successfully. First, it was disastrous because the ice cream was melting, and to do the mochi with the ice cream filling is to scoop the ice cream. Maybe I used the half of, I used the 1 teaspoon scoop. Okay, scoop it nice round, put on the parchment paper on something flat, put in the freezer, keep it frozen. Okay, once you're ready to use for the filling, then it's frozen. Last night I didn't do that. I had the ice cream out in a little container, and by the time I'm done preparing everything, it got softened, it melted. So when I'm trying to work on it, it like, you know, it leak out everywhere. I'm like, keep it popping in my mouth. I'm like, oh my goodness, I always eat my sweet. So it didn't turn out, so I have to reset everything. So that's what I did. I'm sorry. I have to reset everything. I have to reheat the dough, push the dough, flat the dough, fridge the dough, and filling up the dough, and did everything over. Okay, so as a result, it came out beautifully. And then because we have the plastic wrap, okay, it's gonna stay this way. I figure that if we wrapped it, it does not because if you don't wrap it, it have tendency to get flat and sloppy. So if wrap it with a little film, you know, and twist it on the bottom here and put it upside down, and yeah, you won't have to see the seam or anything like that. And all you see is just top of mochi, looking like a professional mochi maker. Okay, so I won't remove anything from here until served. Okay, and it's easy to handle. If you touch it, then we're not worried about germ transferring, so it's safe. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge at the time of being. So okay, and I have a few more here, and it's perfect. I'm gonna leave this in the fridge so that way we can have this for a celebration tonight. I'm gonna rewrap this. But if you're not going to use it, okay, you need to put in the freezer in a bag, so that way it'll stay fresh. And or bring it out when you're ready to serve. Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna it's still too early. See, it's already softened. Like here, it's already softened with this. When it's softened, you'll be able to press it, and it will sink. Okay, it will leave the impression. And once it's the one that's not ready to serve, it won't leave impression. Okay, excuse me 1 second. Let me put this back in the freezer until I'm ready to serve this. Okay, so I don't know when we're gonna do it. Once I know what time we're gonna do this, I'll bring it out. And right, give me 1 second, please. Let me take a trip to the freezer. So today I'm not cooking because I'm ready to enjoy an evening with my sweetheart. His birthday. We're gonna go out to the movie, and he's already ate, so we're probably gonna. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. He like popcorn, but I'm allergic to corn, so I'm gonna have to bring two pieces of mask, so that way I don't breathe all that corn, and I can feel it shooting into my nasal. Really annoying. So I was gonna wrap the egg roll today. This is vegetarian egg rolls. If you'd be interested, I can share the recipe. And I went and got half sheets of egg rolls. Okay, this is a half sheet. I'm not endorsed by the brand, and this is a full sheet. Okay? So if I have time to do it, I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it tonight. If I do, if you want me to show how to roll, I'll be happy to. Okay. But what I'm gonna do tonight is that I don't want to spend too much time on, but I want to share something with you. Okay. So I have a beautiful friend here, and she's very, very, very nice person. And when it comes to food, she loves sharing, and I love sharing too. And she loved dessert, and she would whatever she want to eat, she will send the pictures. Say, sister, can you make this and this, and she will finance it, and I'll make for her, and then she will share. So for her to give back her share, so she all makes sure that I have plenty of fruit to eat. So I have plenty of fruit. She she bought extra avocado for me. She makes sure that I eat avocado every day. It's good for the skin, good for the joint, good for the hair. So she think of me in profound way, which I appreciate. And then one other thing that she did is called obsession. I have them too. I have different obsessions. She have her different obsession. So she know that I like pineapples. So first she will be buying 2 pineapples. She like to buy things in pair. Vacuum cleaner in pair, every other thing she had in pairs, same clothes in pair, same hat in pair. I don't know, maybe she has twins somewhere, we don't know, but you know, her psychological preference is that she like things in pairs, so she always buy things in double. Okay, so she went out and bought pineapple. Okay, she said, sister, one for me, one for you. Okay, all right, good. So we've been doing this for a long time. And then one day I said, I share my pineapple with my sweetheart. He said, no, don't do that. So, all right. So now I have 3 pineapples to peel, one for her, one for me. I was supposed to share that. I can eat a whole pineapple, you know. So pineapple I use in cooking, I use in fried rice, I use in making ganju, which is the sour soup, the Vietnamese sour soup. I don't do that. She does that all the time. So she cooks for me all the time now. I got to sit down and enjoy. I don't have to cook every day unless I cook for my sweetheart or other family members, you know. Other than that, she loves cooking for me. She's, I don't know, she's a lot younger than I am, but now she became just like my mother now. She nurtured me like I'm a little kid, which is fine with me. You know, that's a good obsession. So, see, pineapple, it reminds me of my childhood. Living in a refugee camp was so poor. So I used to sneak out of refugee camp and would buy watermelons, pineapples, any kind of fruit I can resell in the camp. You know, because yeah, there's way to sell fruit in the camp. Sometimes people have money too. You know, refugee, they came from Cambodia. They have gold. They have precious metal that they brought with them, and they were in the camp. They were able to exchange that for cash and buy food. For my mom too, we spent all our gold in refugee camp, and the Thai people will allow. I think the wife of the officer who worked in the camp allowed the family to bring in commodities and fruit and vegetables, and there's a little food court, a little food courts where you can buy food, and a little market where we can buy stuff that we need if we have money. So this brings back childhood memory, because I used to buy a lot of these, and I would peel it and cut it and put it on the stick, which I'll show you how. And then I will sell it and make money. So sometimes with 1 pineapple, if I can make it skinny enough, that will worth the money. I can sell, if, for example, if I can get 8 pieces or 10 pieces out of this pineapple and put it on the stick, it's more it's more clean, and it's more cleaner. So I was able to sell and make money out of it. A little entrepreneur. So pineapple, as you can see, that it's you want it to peel very well, because the fiber of these is very tough. Okay, it's not good for, well, it's extra fiber. It will give you a run to the bathroom. But what I do here is that I will peel it roughly first. Okay, and then I'll come back and refine it. Okay. But a lot of time when in America, I attend some sort of function where people, when they deal with pineapple, they don't peel them. They just cut them and leave it with the peel on, and then they would just leave for people to bite on it, like pineapple. I mean, like you'll be eating a melon. it is fine, you know. I mean, I like it that way because that's kind of not the way we eat pineapple anyway, you know. But then, of course, to do this require time and some skill to peel it and to be able to remove this speck here. So Cambodian had a funny way to say, right? They always use parable and say things in a most profound way, especially my older generation. You know, they want to teach the youngs, and just like they do in the Bible, you know, Christ teach his followers and his disciple by loving example, or loving example and a parable. Okay, so if you don't understand, you don't understand it, because parable had such a deep, profound, it has such a deep, profound meaning. So if you don't understand it, you don't understand it. Okay, that's why you can get Bible commentaries this thick, you know. So they go chapter by chapter, verse by verse, and you know, I have them too because I used to teach seminary, and it was calling to teach seminary, and I have to learn the New Testament, Old Testament, and a few other scriptures. And I couldn't understand all that stuff, so I have to go get the scripture commentary, read about it, you know, because teaching by parable was like servant virgin and what else? Iron needles and all that, because Christ teach by parable, so I don't understand much of the parable. And just like the one lost sheep and what have you, yeah. So why I take you there, because because pineapple here, it has the Cambodian people, you know, that they are indigenous people from, I don't know where they came from, but some said it came from China, some said it came from India and ended up in Cambodia. So I don't know, I ended up in Cambodia myself, born there, raised there, and gone through some of the horrific genocide. Well, I didn't gone through the genocide. I was one of those lucky people in my family. We left before the genocide taken over. That just because we got sent into captivity first, and then my family, my mom and dad and us, we escaped we made the lucky escape from the captivity camp. They were supposed to put us in that camp and train us to become the Khmer Rouge, because I was only about 11 at the time. I would have been like the cadet, would be like the first force of cadet. And so my mom and dad got smart, and they said, hey, you know, it don't look good, don't sound good, you know, we got to make escape. So my dad has money at the time, so he sneaked out, and at the time the leader of the village, I think he's already joined the Khmer Rouge force. So he came out with this propaganda saying that the American gonna drop bomb with the F-15, like they're doing right now with Thailand invaded Cambodia, and with the jet flight and F-15 and bomb certain part of my city, my hometown. So we got scared. So they said, well, in order to avoid the bombing, we have to leave the village. We have to leave the village, and we'll come back in a few days. You know, we have to take refuge. We have to leave the village. We have to escape the village. Otherwise, if the American see that there's still activity in the camp, they will bomb the camp. So there was propaganda. We didn't know. Okay, so we all believed this Khmer Rouge guy. So we all left the village, and my dad was in a farmhouse, and it was probably about this time, probably the early month would be December, because I remember it was cold. In Cambodia cold month would be from December up to about February. This is cold month and dry month where there's no monsoon rain, and this is a month where they collect and harvest the rice. So what happened is that the Khmer Rouge see the farmers that the rice are ripened, so in order to take over and steal the rice from the villagers and the people, so they create this propaganda. At the same time, they were recruiting the first group of of the Khmer. This is, remember now, this is not 1975 or 1974 before the genocide was taking place. So the Khmer are out there recruiting the members, recruiting the cadet and the army. So they recruited the farmers. They didn't recruit educated people. So what happened next is that we left the village, and we didn't take much with us because they said that we're gonna come back very soon. So we didn't pack much, save for a few clothes and some food commodities and food supplies, and we didn't even take our dog and cat. We left them at the farmhouse, and my dog just had puppies, and she didn't want to live with us. We didn't think about bringing the puppy with us, and it was really bad separations and desertment because we didn't know we lost the dog. So and the mother dog didn't want to leave her kid behind, so she came with us, but then she would leave to go back into the farmhouse and feed her pup, and she would go back to where we encamping at. So what happened was that, so after we left to the camp, okay, we were told that we cannot return to our village, we not return to our farm. So they said Americans gonna still occupying, and they're gonna kill all of us. So then they started having a secret meeting with the Edo, and my parents would be gone at daytime. I think this is where they were recruiting my parents and every other adult in that camp where they recruited. And I mean they brought from the village, including my parents and myself, into the jungle. There was no shelter. We set up an encampment and surrounded by the oxen carts and the thing that we brought with us. So then, before I continue with the story, let me tell you what happened here. So, as you see that the parallels of the pineapple, it goes this way, okay? And don't go this way, because this way it's not aligned too well. But if you figured out that there's a perfect alignment just like here, okay? This is where you want to start chopping off this back here. Okay? So the reason I said this before I went to telling the story of the miraculous escape from the Khmer Rouge, let me explain to you that the Cambodian say that people who are nosy and like to spy on the neighbor have the eyes of a pineapple, because pineapple, this is considered eyes. I didn't know American called this eyes also. I thought that Cambodians are the only people that call the eyes of the apples. So the eyes of the apple, it's again, symbolically, it's a parable for people who are being nosy. People like to get into neighborhood business, like if the husband like arguing, but they want to know, they want to see. So so you see it. You see the line of these eyes on, you know what I mean? So if you have neighbors, you have the eyes of pineapple, the people that like to get into your business, like to know what's going on in your household, put an ear to the wall and want to see what kind of conversation we have around our own household, own kitchen. So they have eyes of pineapples because they have so many eyes in different directions, so they can see left and right, back and forth, upside down, inside out, So anyway, let's go back to the story. So it was a sad story. At the time I was about 1974, I was about 10. Okay. Yeah, 10, 11. So I was born in 1963 or 1974. Yeah, somewhere there. So day turned to week turned to month, and then at this time we ran out of food. Okay. And there was no clean water. We have to go far away to fetch the water from the water hole, or if we find water holes, and a river, clean water. And then we need water for the cow, because we brought the cow with us, because cow were the farm hands. Okay, so here we go. I found the perfect parallel. It's on this side here. Okay, so perfect parallel. So I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping this baby off. So we have to go fetch the water. And when I was out there, I didn't have good shoe, okay? So I walked into the dead log. So hard is that my toenail came off. It was so bad because we didn't have medical treatment. It hurt, it got infected. I thought I'm gonna lose my toes, okay? So after a month of, we didn't have no Band-Aid either. I don't know. Oops, my goodness. I'm in the wrong channel. I'm in the wrong direction. So it was so bad. I lost my, I don't know anywhere else you get cut anywhere else you cool, but once happened when you get cut on your toes and your fingernail, and man, it hurts so badly. It was cold and we out there. We didn't have thick clothes. We have to build fire, and we didn't have shelter. My dad brought some mosquito nests. We have mosquito nests. We have them because we have to have it. Otherwise, we're gonna get eaten every night by mosquitoes, okay? And mosquito bring all kind of disease, yellow fevers and what have you, dengue fever, and those are not healthy kind of illnesses. So month gone by. So one day my dad said, well, I don't know what's going on, but it's so little, my parents don't share with us. And then I think my mom figured out what's going on there, and so I think they have secret meeting. So one night, dad organized all of us, and I think it's a few, so in other family, and we left, we sneak out of camp. So each family have oxen carts and cows and family, and we were sick because we out there with no shelter, and it was cold, and it's really cold in the middle of the night when we built fire, and the fire died in the middle of the night, and it was cold. We cuddle and huddle, and we didn't have proper blanket and stuff like that. And when the fire died, we got cold, and we got sick, and everybody was coughing with cold. And I don't know how we were able to escape without them hearing. I think what my dad did is that I think he bribed the Khmer Rouge, or the leader at the time. He probably so then later on I heard my mom told me that my dad bribed the leader of the Khmer Rouge at the time, the leader of that camp, that he wanted one cow from each family. So there was 7 family who escaped that night. So he got 7 free cows. So cow was cost a lot for anybody, because cow considered farmhand and help with the farming. So to buy a cow, you have to have a lot of money. It's not as much as buying a tractor, but it's still a lot. So my dad sacrificed 1 cow, and the rest of the family that escaped with us sacrifice 1 cow. Those who don't have a cow to bribe them, then they can't leave. So the Khmer Rouge leader allowed my family to, and the rest of the other 7 family escape without harm. Okay, I think they even lead my dad and the team out of that jungle in the darkness. I remember there was no moon night. It was so dark, and I don't know how the hell he even got us out from the jungle. All I hear was the hoof of the cow and the wheel rolling, and then we can't laugh, we can't smile, we can't talk because my parents tell us all the time. But I think the Khmer Rouge leader let them out of there, because I understood why. I said, Mom, at that crucial moment, and there was 7 family escaped. I remember the event, but I don't remember how many family that escaped with us, and how we escaped there alive and without being caught. Okay, so it's a little bit of journey to travel through, and it was a very dark night, and I don't know how we even get out of that dense woods and come to the area where they send us to safety. I didn't know before, that it was planned. I thought that it was by miracle, by the faith of God, So anyway, so you see how I did that? It go parallels. Okay, so this is the best way to eat the pineapples, and it save a lot of flesh. Okay, so what the Cambodian do is that, I don't know, I'm just doing what the parents do. Okay, so a lot of stuff I do reflect upon my family, the thing that I learned from my family. So we're gonna dash the salt over it and marinate the salt. They said that the salt help minimize the because pineapple has oxalated calcium. It's similar to, not quite similar to the taro root. Okay, it's, though it had this wonderful what do you call it, agent that would help tenderize the meat. If you have tough meat, okay, and you want to barbecue it, squeeze the juice from this pineapple and marinate it. Don't leave it too long. If you leave it too long, the meat gonna come off. The meat just gonna tear apart. Okay, unless you want to eat like mushy, mashy beef. Okay, so if you're gonna use this beef tenderizer, squeeze this juice here, marinate it, and cook promptly. If you leave it too long, believe me, the meat gonna fall off. It's so bad. It just like it's being in the pressure cook for days. It's that it's that potent. Okay, so beside pineapple, okay, we use I use kiwi also. Kiwi is not as effective because kiwi does taste a little bit like pineapple, so they possess the same mechanism, okay, or what do you call it, the chemical, the natural chemical from the fruit. And then ginger. Oh, ginger is potent also. Squeeze the juice of ginger and marinate your meat, but don't leave it too long. Like I said, it's gonna fall off like, So let me go ahead and sprinkle some salt on this, and then once I'm done with the rest of it, we're gonna rinse this, and I'll show you how to cut it, and I'm gonna show you how to stick this up so that way the family enjoy eating. With my grandkids, I have to be creative with fruit. Otherwise, like, no, thank you, Grandma. No, thank you, Grandma. And once I'm in it, I started decorating. It's like, oh, okay, I have some, Grandma. You gotta use psychology on kids sometimes. Okay, let me use the salt. Sometimes you gotta know how to deal with the kids. Okay, so with the pineapple, okay, so this is the sweetest part of pineapple is on the bottom. Okay, this is where the pineapple sit on. It's called the stem, and then it had a little hair, those leaves, extra leaf. Actually, you can grow out of it, and there's a lot of root underneath here. Okay, if you want to regrow the pineapple, take this off. I cut this off because I got tired of it. Got too much trash to throw it. So the root is under here. Okay, so there's a lot of roots under this part here. If you want to grow it, then just remove it and put on dirt, and if it's happy with you, it'll grow. So the sweetest part of pineapple is on the bottom, not on the top. This is the sour part of the pineapple until you get to about half of this, and then you experience a little sourness, okay, which is good for your digestive system. And I don't understand how it didn't work, to melt the digestive system like it does to the meat. So I'm still like, oh, okay, you must have something greater than the beef, then, So this is what Cambodian people do once they peel the pineapple. They do this. I don't know what's the purpose of doing this. I think we're just cleaning it, So I'm just follow what the granny do, and because back home, my grandparents grow pineapple too, but the kind of pineapple my parents have is a lot bigger than this. Okay, they call lakata. They said that species came from Vietnam. So but then I see now pineapple in Cambodia is like this big, that short. And last time when I was in Thailand, and we needed a lot of pineapple for the sour soup, and we have to buy 50, 60 of those little pineapples, like just like half of these in a little small bowl, But it's so sweet. It's not like this, but the kind of pineapple that I grew up in Cambodia was a lot bigger than this one. Those are like, I remember we pick it from the farm and just enjoy. Okay, so if you have pineapple already and you see this color, okay, you better hurry and eat it, because if you leave it a few more days, and the juice it's gonna drain out. Okay, and you will see that that same thing for apple. The juice gonna drain. Same thing for tangerine and orange and grapefruits. Anything with pulp, it'll drain out. Okay, and that's just the nature of the fruit, is that if you don't eat it, the nature is want it back. Okay, so they said that this right here, you can boil it and make into tea. Okay, but I'm not about to do all that. It's a lot of work, and Cambodian people, they use this to make the fermented fish, to use it in the fish sauce making. When they fermented the fish and to turn into fish sauce, they will use all kind of pineapples, and they will brine it over the course of about a year, 6 months to a year, until the fish fermented, and then the clear juice come out, and they scoop the clear juice, and then they put in the bottle and put in the market. So pineapple used in so many way in Cambodia. You know, I mean, they use pineapple in a lot of cooking. So it's really nice to see that. You know, I mean, I don't know what Americans do. The far that I see, they make pineapple cake. You know, those are nice. Line up the pineapple on the surface of the baking pan and pour the cake batter over it, and then once it's done, turn it over, and then you have pineapple lay up on the top. Maybe we do that one day. Okay, we do pineapple cake. It'll be easy, cheesy thing. I remember when the chef at this place that I work at, he make delicious pineapple cake. But he didn't make a small pan. He had that full, like the full baking pan like these, because we cook it for it's not a regular restaurant. It's a retirement home. So we had like a few thousand of senior citizens that lived there, and they pay for the dinner, they pay for the meal. So the only need to do is the living situation included meals. So all they need to do is come on time to eat the dinner, breakfast, and lunch. So 3 meals per day. So it's expensive living because this senior had access to meal that the government that came from their own paycheck. Okay, usually people who live in a retirement home or senior home, and the home that I work for is called Casa Mañana Inn, and Casa Mañana Inn is like the home. It's a home. It's in Casa Mañana. Casa is home. Mañana is, I think, Mañana, tomorrow, I think. So it's a home of tomorrow. Is it Casa Mañana? Casa, I know Casa is home. Esta Mañana. Oh, hold on. Mañana is tomorrow or tomorrow? Mañana? I think it translated to the home of tomorrow. And it's a beautiful residence for senior citizens. And so I learned how the chef make his pineapple cake. Okay? It's not hard at all. It's so simple. But the chef did not use fresh pineapple though. He used dough, the one that had that the pit. I mean, not the pit. The core removed. Just screw it off. So there's a little hole like that. And I think it would be nice to make pineapple cake with fresh pineapple. And I have so many pineapple, maybe that's what we do. Okay, but then I don't know who I'm gonna eat with, because the birthday cake is ordered, and I have mochi, and I still have a few other dessert that I made for Lucy. Still, I'm not touching her cake, and when I make it for her, she become ownership of it, and there's something missing there. Sister, did you eat my dessert? Did she freaking forget that I'm the one that make a dessert for her, and I don't really eat dessert and I sample it. When I'm sampled, I'm done. Okay, so I said, no, sister, you've been eating it. And anyway, so the other day, she been ordering new outfit, right? Because Lucy, she like to, sorry, mention her name. My friend, she like to do online order, and she loves shopping. Okay, she's one of those girls that she doesn't have to leave the house to shop. So she leave for the nail shop from what, 8 o'clock. She won't be home until about 8 or 9, 8:30 or 9:30. Depends. Sometimes when she goes shopping, shopping for food, she would go to many places. So she know where to shop for good deals. So she does not go to one grocery shopping like I do. If I needed American grocery, I go to one store and I get everything and come home. No, she like to go to American store, pick up a few things, went to the other places to get a few more things, and go to other places because the bananas on sale, the apples on sale. So by the time you know it, she spent 2-3 hours coming home late shopping for good deal. I don't have time for that. So, I mean, she acts like she's frugal, but she's not. Sometimes that's what I don't understand. You pay for all this fruit and vegetable, and then you have to be aware if it's on sale. That's it. I'm dead with having to eat all this fruit and take me days. Like last time, I had apples that lay all. I mean, I have to make apple pies, more apple pies, and oh my goodness. So this time where I said, don't buy anymore. They said, yeah, sister, you have to eat it. Oh my goodness. People worry about not having fruit. I'm worried about too much fruit. Isn't that crazy? So she have good compulsive disorder. Like me, I have compulsive order of making pretty food. If it's not pretty, I can't sleep. So last night, I felt like my mochi turned out so badly. So I turned off the camera. I concentrate on my own. And it turned out just fine. I'm like, what the heck? Like I want to put out a good show and then turn out like this. Come on now, what kind of impediment is that? Don't do that to me. It's embarrassing. So anyway, so see how I do it? Okay, so I still see a little green here and there. I remove those because I don't want all the extra fiber, because pineapple has extra fiber already. I don't want the peel, the rind, the green spot of it. I want my pineapple to be like very clean. Okay, yeah. So now, so as you can see that if I were to go this parallel, it's kind of off track. If I go this parallel here, okay, it's a lot nicer tracks. Okay, so but I can do zigzag. That's a lot of work. You don't need to go there. Okay, we're not in the competition, fruit competition or fruit show. So we're just gonna go where it's easy way to do it. So I think this direction is easier to do. Okay, so make sure that your knife is pretty sharp doing this. I sharp my knife beforehand. And this one right here, the eye is pretty deep. See that? How deep and how big they are? Okay, see? They're very deep and big. And then if we don't do it this way, if you want to peel and take all this out, and then it's gonna take a lot of pineapple out, which is very wasteful. Okay, so that's why we come up with a technique and remove this. Well, I'm surprised that no one had invented a little, sucking cup. Like you just suck this out, one by one. I think that'd be something that we can do. But don't take the ideas though. If that idea come up, I know you steal it from me. Just kidding. You go ahead. If you can invent this, okay. The pineapple eye sucking out. It would be nice. We'll sell a hot cake, because I'll order one from the company too. Okay, so until then, this is the way I was taught. So it's gonna be with me because it's so fun, to be able to see the parallels and clean the pineapple. I dropped this one, so it had a little owie right here. Yeah. So Lucy gonna have one. I don't have one. In fact, Lucy had to just last week. I tell her don't buy more until she finishes eating. Yeah, sister. And then she went to the grocery store, came back with 3 pineapple. I'm looking at her like, it's on sale, sister. One for you, one for me, and one for Stum. Okay. And make sure you clean it for me too, please. Okay. Because she liked the way I clean it. The way she cleaned it, she took off most of the good part, like everybody else. She doesn't have time to carve it like I do, because she liked the way I carve mine. She said it's so pretty, and she liked it better when I cut it and put in the fridge. And sometimes she get in trouble because I cut it for one person and she went and have it because she thought it was so good and to have it. So I started cutting plenty of this for her, and she wanted to eat or take it to work with her, and she could. And she used this in the cooking too. She just made the sour soup and she used it in the cooking. So I appreciate her, for her to think of me in a profound way and share. And not just pineapple, she bought banana, she brought kiwi. You know how expensive kiwi are, so she doesn't care. She said that, and she would tell me that start eating them. You don't eat them, I don't buy no more, because those things gonna get so ripened and don't taste good no more. So she even warned me and threatened me that I have to eat them. Okay, all right. You don't need to threaten me. I eat it. But she just said, sister, why you don't eat your avocado? Okay, it turned brown. Okay, I won't buy more until you eat them. All right. sounds good to me. So I eat it every day. And you know me, don't think it's gassy and I have to take Beano. My goodness, I'm sorry to share all that stuff, but yeah, it's true. You know, when you eat a lot of vegetables, some of the vegetables have natural gas. Ooh, well, you know, can't say much, can't complain though. You know, I mean, I gotta appreciate people for who they are and what they are, and so that they can be blessed. Okay? So yeah, my escape from Cambodia was, it cost 1 cow. So finally, we traveled quietly, save for the hoof of the wheel, the turn of the wheels, and the kid was coughing, and because there was 7 family in like the pioneer, you know, pioneer day where everybody followed each other's trail in the midnight. Okay. I'm surprised that they didn't stumble on the snake, on the cat, on the tiger, and on the, you know, on the rock and fall off and be killed. No, it was smooth sailing on that. It was not even road. Okay, there was no path, there's nothing. We just like go over. I don't know how we got out of there. You know, I can't tell you, but they got out of there. I don't know how that happened. And the road was not marked. Okay, there's no pavement road. I mean, we're nowhere out there, nothing but grass and jungle, wooden area. So we got out there. Finally, I think my dad agreed to where they can be. We get drop off. So it came to a river. I tell the story before. So we came to the river. We have to make crossing. So luckily the water wasn't full because it's in the month of non-monsoon month. So the water receded. It's not way on the bottom, but it was shallow enough for men to cross without being drowned. Okay, so for adult it get to be up to about the neck. Okay, for the kid drowned. So let me put some salt and then I'll finish up the story. I told the story before. It was, so my dad have to control the cow because we had we had about 9 or 10, 12 cow and gave one away to the gentleman to lead us out of jungle. Okay. So once you cut it, you can tell that on the bottom, the sweet part, it had the most sugar. It still had the darker colors. Okay, so on the top it had like a little faded, a little lighter color. So that's how you know where you at in the pineapple. So on the bottom you'll see that beautiful honey I like. Okay, and plus it's on the top is a little fadey, it's a little yellow, baby yellowish. So we got to the area where it's a drop-off destination. It's on the riverbank, the same river that I swam all my life, and because my family home built on the riverbank, so we share the same river, save for a different part of town. I don't live in the village that we got driven for. Only my dad had farm in that area. My parent resident or my parents' home is on the other side of the river. So we wasn't gonna go back home because things get so intense. Is that while we were at the farm, in the farmhouse, you know, things didn't go well in the village where my dad, where we live at. So we, because it's during the harvesting season, my dad will take the family to live in the farmhouse until he's done with farming, done with harvesting, done with plowing, and then we'll get chance to come home and close the farmhouse and open the house at the village. And when we at the farmhouse, we close the house in the village and we'll live in the farmhouse until the season, the farming season is done, or until we're free to leave the farm. So we came to the village and my dad took the oxen cart and the cow tied to the end of the cart. And at this time I have my younger sisters. She's only a few years old, and my brother, they're still a lot younger than I am. So I'm the second oldest, and so we were crossing the river. So I was supposed to hang on to my mom, hem up her clothes, but because I can't swim, believe it or not, I live by the river, but still can't swim because I got drowned so many times. Instead of being motivated and empowered by it, now I got scared. So when I swim, when we take a bath out there, because in Cambodia, in the day we bathe in the river, or we have to fetch the water from the river or from the pond, and then would treat it, and we either bathe it from home, or we just do like everybody else do, the kid do, we just bathe in the river. And but because I don't swim, so I don't go very far into the river. I'll be near where I can't be drowned. So that particular night, it was dark, so it's hard to see, and we were in the middle of the river, and I lost my mom. I lost the grip of her hem of skirt, so I went a different direction, and I got drowned. And I got drowned. I was gone. I was in darkness. For a few moments, you know, how long can you stay submerged in the water before you lose your life? So I struggled a little bit, and my mom wanted to go after me, but she has my brother and my sister on both sides, and she wasn't able to go after me and tell my dad. I think my dad come up to me, and then he grabbed me because I was already drift a little bit further down on the downstream. And then when I woke up again, I was on the other side of the river at some villager house. They were kind enough to let us camp for a little bit, and I think my parents told the villager what's going on, so they took compassion on us. And when I woke up, I was hung upside down because they don't know how to do CPR and all that. So they're trying to get the water out of my lung, out of my system. So they hung me upside down, and they burnt fire, and then I felt the warm of water of the fire, and I came back. And yeah, that was, I don't know how I think my dad went after me, and how I kept alive, you know, turned me upside down so the water will drip instead of me. I think I was still breathing, but I was just like losing conscious a little bit over like stress and fear, you know, when that moment is struggle for breath, and finally you give up, you know, because I can't resurface myself, so I keep going under the water deeper and deeper and deeper, and I'm tired. I lost my energy, and I think I lost myself. And when I found out, I was so happy. When I opened my eye, I was upside down, and the fire was burning near my face. So they're trying to drain the reservoir from the lung, and from then on, I become fearful of deep water. So I never want to be around deep water. Even I go swimming, if my daughter said, "Mom, let's go swimming," you know, then, yeah, I'll come around. But I don't get on swimming suit. I would go to the kiddie pool, you know, where I dip my toes, and I'll go where, you know, where the water can get to my chest. I can't deal with up to here, and then when I get up to there, and you know, it reflect back to when I was drowned, you know, when I struggle for breath and try to get myself out of the waters. And so, and then if we do go swimming, if we were at the shore, I would be where I can survive from, you know, where I can run from, where I not be drowned, where the water doesn't get up to my neck, and then my fear will come around, and my stress will come around, and I'll be drowned for sure. So yeah, that's what happened. So I have that childhood traumatizing, and then of course, you know, escaping the Khmer Rouge camp was one of the experience, you know, that I remember as a child, you know. But this one I dropped definitely, so there was little injuries here. So again, so you see that so the parallel go this way, okay. You can try to do it up this way, but then it's hard to like to do a straight line. So I think it has a nicer this way, a nicer parallel design if we go aligned with where the eyes are sitting at. Okay. So that's what happened to me, because until today I'm still not agreeable with deep waters. I can go swimming, but I won't be swimming for sure though, you know. I'll be just enjoying my toes in the water, and if it's deep enough to cover my bottom, then I'll go and I'll walk. And my sweetheart said, I'll teach you how to swim. Yeah. First you have to treat my symptom first, you know. You cannot just teach me to swim. You got to treat the symptom. You know, some people say, oh, you have to go to mental health, get treated. And I don't know. I do well without it. As long as I don't go swimming and bring back some of that memory, I'll be good. So that's what happened. But living in Cambodia, it was wonderful. You know, growing up plentiful, and like I said, you know, we have to worry about collecting bug and eating bug until after Khmer Rouge. You see people start eating, you know, bug, and I'm like, are you sure? You know, because we don't have to do that. There's so plenty to eat because my family live on land and farms, and the honey is plentiful. The white honey is so plentiful. And remember when the villager, after they harvest them, I think certain time where they go collect honey from big and tall trees, and some honey would be underground, some honey would be like on the top of the canopy, like really big trees, and the man who collect the honey is skillful to climb the big trees, and skillful. I mean, when it says skillful, they can climb like monkey. Okay, they can hang on to the tree without rope, without dispenser and all that. You know, they don't have all those what American have when they climb tree. You know, they latch themselves up and pull. You know, no, those people, they climb like, you know, naturally, nothing to attach with. If they fall, but then no one falls so far. Those that, you know, they collect big honey like this, and those honey is what they use for cooking, for treating ailments, and just in the making medicinal medicine. I remember after they collect so much honey and they distribute among the village members, and so much honey, you know, it's so plentiful of white honey in Cambodia in the day. You know, I don't know about now, because they deforestation and take away the environment. So I think the bee do migrated to where they can find plenty of nectar. And again, you know, I mean, here in Las Vegas, I hardly see bee, maybe one or two when my peach tree was still alive, and during this time where the peach trees are blooming, and a whole bunch of honey came along, and now that my peach tree died, so my hummingbirds are looking for something to feast on. I have to get separate hummingbird feed to keep the hummingbird coming, and hummingbird recognized me, and sometimes she would come to the window and, you know, and greeted me and want to, if her feet is running out, her food running out, she would come to the window and make noise, you know, a little tiny thing. And a few times with my cat, I don't know how they were caught by the cat. I feel so bad. A little hummingbird got caught by the bird. Okay, I mean by the cat. My cat. What's his name? His name Lion, and he's a huge cat, and he loved to hunt. And I think at least 3 or 4 times that he brought home hummingbirds, and I feel so bad because he smothered them so badly. And couldn't save it. And so here we go. That went quickly. Right, so if my friend find out that my son like pineapple too, she's probably gonna buy 4, but I'm not gonna tell her more because a lot of peeling, you know. Because if we leave this a little longer, it'll get old, okay, and the pineapple juice will drain. Okay, so here we go. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, you can do zigzag. Next time we can do zigzag. That's fancy. That's gonna take a lot of time. Okay, we season this with salt, and we're gonna rinse this off. Okay. And how Cambodian eat the pineapple? Okay. Unlike apples, green apple, unlike the green tamarinds and green mangoes, we like everything green. We like the sour fruit, okay, especially the green mangoes. If you're Cambodian, Laos, or Thais, you know what I'm talking about. You know, Vietnamese too. So we make sauce. We make special sauce for it. We make fish sauce, blend with the paste, the shrimp paste, the sugars, and we blend it with a lot of chili, and then we dip it. Okay, but for these, you can make salt and chili. No, not black pepper. Salt and chili. You smash it up, and then you dip it. So, and that's how we eat pineapple. And that's how we'll be able to eat pineapple. We'll be able to eat green mango, green tamarind, green apples. You know, anything that had acidic or sour, we eat it with salt and chili peppers. I don't know, salt and chili peppers or paste, dipping paste. It help make sour fruit become like, I don't know, it worked. Okay, it worked. All right, so we have 3 of them. Let me go rinse this off. Okay, so I'll show you how I'll do the next fruit basket for this. We can make fruit basket of this. All right. I only have this many. Okay, I need the skewer, but I have this many. I'm sure that's all we need. Let me rinse this. Take me 1 minute, please. If the pineapple is too strong for your skin, I recommend that you wear gloves, okay? Because like I said, it has certain chemicals that do thinning the skin. Okay, I don't know what the chemical called. It's not calcium oxalated like the taros that cause the itchiness and irritation. But this right here, it'll cause irritation also. Because remember now, this here had that chemical that can break down the fiber in break down the tough fiber. No, is it fiber? No, break down the muscle protein. Okay. So look at that. See how much trash it is? That's why I thought, bring one, please. But for some reason, we need interpreter for that because she doesn't seem to understand. The more I said, don't buy anymore, she buy more. So I said, okay, buy more. Maybe she won't buy more. But I don't try to be ungrateful, you know. I mean, food is expensive by definition. Sometimes these cost like $3.99, $4.99. It depends where you buy them, okay? So I can't complain. So it's long. She want to be generous. I'll let her be generous. I don't want to ruin her karma. He said, sister, when you move here, it make the house feel warmer. So that's better. It's nice to hear that, you know, feel warmer. That's very nice. She like eating in the company. That, you know, she likes the company, so you know she loves it. And come home, no matter how tired she is, she'll cook for me too. Make sure I eat. Even though I eat, she save until tomorrow morning. You know, So, all right. Remember, the sweetest part would be like this part here, and the sour part would be on the top. So, and we didn't have to remove the hard core. Okay, the hard core is hard to digest, so don't try it. If you want to make tea, use the pot and boil it, and the pot that you're not going to use. Okay, you just, if you don't want to discard it, you want to turn it into tea, go right ahead. And to remove it, so easy. Okay, so just like cut in a 90-degree angle or 75-degree angle. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not good at math, so I'm just saying. So until both ends cut through. Okay, wash your hand. I got cut many times, so there you go. Okay, so it's very juicy too. This is very sweet. Let me show you the correct way to eat pineapple. 1 second. So how you eat your pineapple? You eat it the sweet side up or the sour side up? That's a question now. You can post if you like. And so I can't see the messages on my comment on my iPad because oh, see, I'm sorry, love. I didn't open the chat the comment section. I just opened it. Okay, so thank you for being on here. And I'm not cooking today because I wanted to relax a little bit. Okay. So this right here, you want to make tea, chop it up, boil it for 10-15 minutes until you get the extracts out of this pineapple. Okay, so that's what Chinese people do. They don't like to waste any part of the fruit. Okay, so that's what we do. We remove this core here because this core here is hard to digest. See, that's what I mean. You see that we are not cow, we are not buffalo, we are not elephant. We don't have those what do you call those things? Where we don't cud, where, you know, where you collect pasture all day and you put it into that little big bag like this in the stomach, and before bedtime, and the cow, the horse, any animal who consume plant would spit out the cuds enough for them to chew it. You know, they chew it overnight until they fall asleep, or maybe they do it in their sleep, because I live with cows, so I used to watch the cow chew the cuds. You know, they don't spit it out though. You know, I mean, they swallow the juice, they swallow the whole green, and once they finish one cut, and then they swallow it, and then want to chew it, it go into the different part of the digestive system, and then they spit out an extra cut from the little out the stomach, the reservoir, and they would chew all night like that, like that. I can't do better than that. Okay, so anyway, so I live with cow, so this is digestible. So wow, this pineapple is so sweet. So remember, you can tell, right? Because it's hard to tell on here, but the sweetest part will be on the bottom. It had darker color, okay? However, the top part is a little sour. It's not like apple where it had even taste all around, the pear and peach also. But pineapple is different, it's special. So remember, in refugee camp, I sell this for snack. Okay, so but in refugee camp, I'm making money, so I'm not about to make a chunky cut like this. Okay, so on this I can make like 2 cuts for like 1 baht. 1 baht would be like, at the time it would be like half of the pennies, or even it's equivalent to something very, very minute. Okay, so this is a little bit too big. So my daughter, she had her daughter's birthday, so she thought this was a chopstick, right? Until she started serving people because she made the pho. It was on the Super Bowl night, and I said, "Where's chopstick?" He said, "Right there, Mom." I said, "Where?" "It's right in front of you, Mom." "Oh, these? This is chopstick?" How? So I said, "No, they're not chopstick. They're a skewer." So to serve your pineapples, okay, you want to eat the sour part first, unless you cut it off and serve it to someone else and give them like the sour part. I do that sometimes too. People will not be nice to me. I'll serve them the top part. I have the bottom part. That's a good revenge. But don't tell them that. They'll be upset with you. Okay, so we're just gonna skew it from the bottom here, okay? Like that. Because this is so big, normally I do the beef skewer, a thinner version of it, okay, because I'm using oversized, so it does. So that's what I used to sell in a refugee camp, okay, to make money, extra food. So yeah, it's not a sad story. It's not a pity story. It was a story that I have to live through it. So remember, we serve the top part first, because this right here is too thick. Okay, if I puncture it, it's gonna break the pineapple. But I'm just show you the idea of how in Thailand or Cambodia, this is so sweet. Let me find basket for it. Let's see, this cup gonna hold, okay? I'm gonna be the host. I don't have enough for the whole bouquet. Remember last time I have my cookie cutter and I cut this and I put it into a flower arrangement. It was so pretty, you know. But I only have one kind of fruit today, so I'm not gonna do that. But this is another way to serve your pineapple, okay? So if you hosting party and you want to impress people, oh, my bad, my counter is clean, okay? So if you're gonna do this, and make sure you get the smallest skewer, you know, the kind that you do for your barbecue meat. This is for barbecue too, but different kind of barbecue. Okay, let's try this again. Let's balance this out. So we need a whole lot to make a bouquet. But the idea is that that's how we serve pineapple in Cambodia. Okay, I don't know about anywhere else, but when I try to make a living of sell pineapple, that is what I do, okay? And the skew make out from the oh, look at that. The juice is being extracted because it's being punctured. The skew make out from the real bamboo plant. Okay, so this is what we do in Cambodia, okay? And then with the salt and chili, not salt and pepper, salt and chili, you smash it. You want to add a little sugar, you could. Oh, look at the juice is being ascended. Okay, so if I cut all three, I will have a big bouquet. Okay, this is just fine example what you can do. Instead, you're gonna have a party that you want to serve your pineapple, you can cut a thinner strip and use the smaller. You can use smaller skewer, the beef skewer, you know, the long one, the short one, the medium one, you could. And yes, you can make into a beautiful basket you like to, you know, because I only have this many left. If I cut some more, it won't help. But just to show you the idea how you can serve your pineapples, okay? You can add, you can chop it up and add berries and other fruits in it, you'll be fine. Okay, you want to have like varieties of fruits, you could. Okay, it would be beautiful because it's made out of real fruit. Okay, so how we eat it, they don't have to show you how, you know how, but I like to eat in front of you, so that way it will motivate you to go out and buy fruit, and I'll make it sound so irresistible, is that you're gonna go, I'm gonna go get some right now. I can't stand her. Now, let me find my salt and pepper. Now, well, I have it somewhere, but I don't have it. But let me show you how we make the salt and pepper, okay, for the dipping. Okay. You will need one of these. Seriously, I have a smaller one and I have a bigger one. I have it in tear cutters. Okay. I have it in aluminum, and I have one I left in California. This big, that big. Wooden. That one's like $50. This one, I think it's about $20. This one is old because this is like what you call this thing? Tear cutters. What's the name for it? Not brick. It's earth. It's what's the name for it? I know. CC, she know because she's super smart. I don't know where my CC love go tonight. See, I know I use the iPad because people keep calling into my phone and disrupt my, my audio. So I switch it into iPad. So iPad don't show me the iPad does cheap stuff. But yeah, it does not show. The comment does not pop up unless I don't know. Maybe I need to program it. I don't know how to do that thing yet. So, but let me show you how to make the what do you call dipping chile? There's a name for it. Only Latino people who make it, came into a little bottles. I know I have it. Now I don't. I'm not prepared. Dang it. I had it out of there. Oh, I might have it over here. Oh yeah, lucky me. Okay, you need this, okay? It's a boy and a girl. You cannot live without a boy, no girl. You need both of this to work. Yeah, so here I have chili in here already. I have enough salt in it, so you're gonna smash it. I already smashed it. I just want to demonstrate to you. So keep it away from your nose because you're gonna be sneezing because the particle from the chili will get to your nose and it's gonna work in your nose. It's gonna work on my nose in a minute. When I count to 5, it'll work. Okay, so, oh yeah, this is belong to Stone or Lucy. So cute. Mine, I use the big one for smashing and making cooking cake. But this is so cute, okay? So what's the ingredient for this? Chili, either fresh or dry. Salt. If you want some sugar in it, go ahead. Some people use MSG because they're addicted to it. I don't need that, so let's smash it. It's already smashed, so we're good. And we can use it in a fancy bowl. I have them. And it's right here. Okay. And if you're gonna make this for a long-term relationship dipping, I have Himalayan, so my hand is full of sticky. Okay, so to eat this, we grab one, okay, and start from the top. Remember, we eat from the top, and we'll dip this. This is the salt and pepper. If you can't handle pepper, put 1 or half. If you can handle it, you can put 100. Okay, so. And then salt and pepper override that sourness, okay? It made that sourness not depleted, but subside. Oh, good. It's coming down. So, actually, you can make a living by selling pineapples. But you have to be in the market where people want this, though. Maybe in front of the school, when the kids are out on the break, just easy for them to grab and eat and go back to classroom. So. Or you can sell it at the event. It's so juicy. It's coming down to where the sugars are. Okay? So if I eat this, khỏe không?
Khỏe.
Talking of the beautiful lady, I opened your pineapple.
I like it.
You like it?
Don't say.
Here, ăn này. 2 more minutes.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm
wait.
done. You want to be on camera? The owner of pineapple is here. She's up early today.
Okay.
Sunday. Want to try it? Yeah? This one's so
So
sweet.
sweet.
Thank you.
Bye bye on joy.
Okay. Like back here. So sweet. This one's so sweet.
This one?
So fresh.
Cake?
No, not cake. Cake is on downstairs.
So sweet. Wow.
Right
Đây
it.
mình sao?
Ăn luôn, em.
Đây được.
Wow. So much juice. That's just because it's still fresh and new. Okay. Do not leave it too long. If you buy pineapple, that's why Asian people buy so many pineapple, because that's the way we eat them. Okay. I don't know about you, because you said that pineapple help reduce blood sugar because it's pretty sweet. I'm not recommending for those who have high blood sugar count. Okay, so you might eat like the top part. If you're diabetic, don't eat on the bottom. Okay, because it's super sweet. It's so sweet today. But sometimes pineapple is not that sweet. I know this one is not that sweet. I might be wrong though, because see all the sugars is down here. Okay. The sugar drain. Okay, the sugar drain from up here to down here, so it's been sitting. You want pineapple to get sweetened on the bottom? I mean on the top, maybe chop it and let it sit upside down, maybe? No, I don't work that way. I'm sorry. The nature do not switch. We switch. We're trying to modify everything. Okay, so here we go. If you have company, you want your guests to eat pineapple, clean it nicely. If you clean it nicely, parallel, beautiful, people will eat it, okay? People love pretty food, believe me, okay? If you put any pretty food out, they're going to eat it like hot dog. Okay? And if you want to make it thinner, you could. I'm supposed to make it thinner because I have thick skewer, so if I make it thinner, it will break. It's already breaking, see that? Okay. All right, love. I told you they're going to be short program, and I keep it short, okay? Because it's Sunday, everybody want to have that Sunday evening, doing your little thing, getting ready for mañana, which is tomorrow. Okay, so I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you, TikTok. Love you on today. I'm so pleased with you. Please make sure you can visit with me if you found this is resourceful, helpful, funny. It make you smile, make you laugh, and think that I'm weird, whatever it is. If as long I can put a smile on your face, I did good. If I'm bored, I'm sorry, because yeah, gossip is not one of the things. Sometimes gossip will like bring people together to gossip, because we like to gossip. Sometimes it's not a healthy thing to do that. So I only do food. I can gossip about food, and gossip those who bring too little food. So we have our own compulsive disorders. As long as you're crazy about food, but don't overeat it. If you like food too much, then you need to find time to like work it out. This is my friend. They cook for me. They serve me big servings, thinking that I'm gonna get big, but eating like them. So I said that my metabolism works differently than yours. I can eat until I cannot move. I won't gain an inch. I may gain over time. You may eat a lot, but then I know how to take care of myself. Proportion serving is something that we have to watch for. You like eating, you think that you're out of control. Just do a little by little reduction. Okay, don't like quit cold turkey. If you have strong will, you can do that. If you don't have strong will, you want to do an action plan. Okay, today I'm going to eat a smaller bowl. 5 weeks later, you reduce it to a smaller bowl. Finally, you're going to reduce to this size. That's just a steak size, okay? According to the American food and admins, where they break everything down to the butter this side, the sugar that side, and the meat is that side, and then the vegetable is that side, the grain is that side. They break it down, everything, the thing that's healthy for you, they they put in a big chunk. If they divided the plate into like a little pyramid, you know, where it's a grain is small, meat is small, vegetable is like half of the plate. Okay, so we have meat. So they divide into like 3 sections. The vegetable and fruit would be had a big portion, and then the top part is for the rice, the grain. You have like quarter, and then the quarter would be something that you don't really need. Okay, so there we go. It's beautiful. Okay, if I do all these 3, we will have a big birthday fruit basket. Okay? So you want to surprise somebody and chop it up and add color, add pineapple with what you call it, with berries, okay, especially strawberry if it's in season. Put it in melons, watermelons. You know, you use the scoop like I do. You use the cookie cutter and make it pretty and stack them up. And then don't leave it over 2 nights because the juice starts to drip. It won't be fun. You want to serve. It cannot be immediately, then serve a couple hours. You put in the fridge and serve and give while it's still fresh. Okay, you done good. You're done, and it's sticky because the pineapple is so sweet. And of course, I have my chili here. And to keep my chili, I just need to put in. It does not expire. Okay, if salt expired, then me too. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so. Have it available. If you have green apple, you have sour fruit, and sour fruit would be rotten. Sour fruit, granny apples, and this. Okay. Well, you guys, it's Sunday. I wish you a very nice Sunday. Hope that you have a great time. For those who are born today, my sweetheart birthday today, and he's just turning a young man, you know. And he enjoys his birthday. I think he's getting a beautiful bouquet. And happy birthday, sweetheart, and 100 more years to go. And for those who were born in this month, your birthday yesterday, birthday tomorrow, happy birthday to all of you.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
No, it's my back and it don't work.
I thought you were going to do commentary on that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the birthday young man.
YouTube, hi.
I switched to YouTube on here because when people calling in, I keep losing the audio.
Oh yeah, you got to put it on.
The airplane mode?
No, not airplane mode.
No.
Do not disturb. Yeah.
But when I do that, then it took remember when I did that?
What it do?
It took my audience also. Disturb meaning that it
No, do not disturb won't do that. That just means the phone calls coming in. It won't, you know.
I tried that last time. I didn't get anybody coming on my channel, so I don't know.
From do not disturb. Don't. That's that function only stops calls from coming in. It'll send it right to voicemail. So. Yeah, I do it on mine.
Isn't
too.
he handsome today? Oh, he just released his solo album. It's called
Happy birthday to you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Happy birthday to you, love.
I know.
called
You
Caught in the
didn't
Storm.
give me that. I just brought that.
Oh,
Why are you doing look like? She said look like that was there for me. No, I just brought this with me.
Oh, man, that's beautiful.
Where's the? Hold on. Where's the piece? I dropped the piece to say happy birthday, bro.
Yeah.
Do you have
And
vase
some
with it?
good luck.
Oh.
I don't even want to touch it. I want to keep this for good luck for
Okay,
my
I'm done now.
for my studio.
So, happy birthday to those who born in the month of February.
All right, I'm tired now.
So, and if it's yesterday, happy belated.
See, it's
If it was
gold,
the week
so I
before,
don't wanna
happy
touch this.
belated.
I wanna
If it's
keep
in the
it
future,
in my
I'll be
studio.
back on here again.
I don't want to touch the money either. I want to just keep put in my studio for good luck. You know?
Thanks. Your customer turn a little bit.
Enjoy.
No, I want to put it in my studio for good luck. You understand?
Not your customer company.
No, they won't take it. I know how much money is there. And so
Well,
I
you-
want to keep it for good luck in my studio. Remember, gold
Oh,
is
would you
my
have
color.
bouquet of money?